Am I in the Cougar age range?
Have we reached that milestone?
Hi, I'm Teresa.
And I'm Emily.
This is No Ordinary Friendship.
We've been best friends for forever. And while life has tried to keep us apart,
we won't let it. Join us as we catch up on pop culture, parenthood, and whatever's on our minds.
We promise a short break from real life, just for a little bit.
We all have our people.
And now you are one of them. Hello, everyone.
Hello. We're in our new recording studio today.
Yes, today we are recording from my home. This is Emily. And just a little disclaimer, if you happen to hear some random feet walking around, we have a guest on our pod today, my dog Waffle.
Our first guest of the pod.
Yes, hopefully she behaves and doesn't bark, because then I don't know what we're going to do, because we don't know how to edit that out.
Okay, let's start with our new section, apologies and corrections.
Okay.
What are we apologizing for today?
I'm actually pretty proud of us. I don't think we had any misinformation last episode. At least we haven't.
We don't know about them
yet.
Yeah, we don't know about them yet because the episode hasn't been released.
But I do want to apologize when I mistakenly said that Travis was a quarterback and we erupted into laughter. There was a bit of a thump because I think I hit a desk. So apologies.
But it's all good because that represented like how we really felt in that moment.
Yes, you were there with us. Breaking news. So,
I want to hear all about your...
So I got lash extensions last week.
They look so good.
I really feel like lash extensions are not even just a mom, but any tired woman's best friend.
I'm nodding.
Because it just makes you look a lot better, like 200 times better.
They're an investment.
They are.
I've never gotten them before. I've always thought about getting them.
You haven't?
I've never gotten them before. I've done a lash lift before.
Oh, okay.
But my eyelashes are not long enough, so there's not that much to lift, and they go away pretty quickly. Yours look really good. They look really nice and natural right now.
You should try it, and I will tell you where I went, because this place, I found it super last minute because we had our family photos last weekend.
Oh.
And then one of our friends said, I'm getting lash extensions for our family photos. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? And it was literally the day before our family photos. So I just went on Yelp and found like someone who had availability.
They're not cheap. Have they gotten even more expensive?
I think it depends on where you go.
Okay.
But I want you to go to my place because she has a 40% off your first lash set.
Okay.
Which, you know, I love a deal. So
who doesn't in this economy?
Yeah, and she was really nice, super fast. Like she got it done, I think, in an hour. And so far, I haven't noticed a ton falling out.
And she has good reviews.
I think she's just starting out, but I mean, decent reviews on Yelp. And I thought it was
Is she
good.
around the peninsula
She's
area?
in San Mateo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next time, if you want to try it,
next time
let me
I
know.
may be more beautiful. Do you remember when everyone was having babies in 2022 or 2021?
Yeah.
Like everybody got eyelash
Yes.
extensions right before they gave birth, or like the
Yes.
like the week 35 of their pregnancy.
That is actually part of my new mom playbook. If anyone ever asks me to get lash extensions before you go deliver. I mean, it's very vain, but it just makes you look good for, you know, your photos that you're taking. And then if you do plan to have like the newborn photography,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have the energy at that time to like be putting on makeup. And
You should write an ebook.
that is on my to-do list.
How to
I'm
make
all
yourself-
full of side hustles.
I like it. Okay.
Okay.
Great. I have a quick update for you in our pop culture section on Travis, Kelsey, and Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So a lot of other frenzy has happened, but what I really wanted to tell you that is about, I was listening to the radio station and they were saying how Taylor, there's like a Taylor effect, right? Like anything that she touches turns into freaking gold. Like Travis Kelsey got 1 million new followers, blah, blah, blah. But there was like a huge jump in the football game that just happened that Taylor attended in New York, I think.
A huge jump in what?
In viewership. So like new demographics. So one of them was like 12 to 18-year-old girls jumped 15%. Which is high, but then the radio guy was like, but what's even more crazy is the Cougars. And he said it jumped 30%, and he said the age range was age 35 and up.
Oh,
and I was like, excuse me,
Who are you calling a cougar, sir?
I was flabbergasted. I was like, am I in the Cougar age range?
Have we reached that milestone?
Because you know at Rosewood, they have Cougar night every Thursday night. In Palo Alto.
I did not.
Fun fact, that's where Steven and I, my husband, went on our first unofficial date.
During Cougar
but
night?
It was Thursday night on Cougar night. was definitely a topic of conversation because it was really truly Cougar night. It wasn't even like unofficial. I felt like it was fairly official that everybody knew that this was Cougar night. And
interesting.
the guys knew, the women knew, and it works. It works. And I listened to this other really popular podcast where this guy is a comedian now. Oh, it's oh shoot, what's his name? The guy never mind. I want to say Rob Harlow, but that's not his name. He's on Parks and Recreation. Rob Lowe.
Oh.
Rob Lowe. His son went to Stanford, I think, and he was talking about Cougar night. And I was like, oh, so it is a thing.
That's so... I've never heard of that. But I'm also deeply offended that we fall into the Cougar...
category.
Yeah. Shouldn't it be at least like 50 plus?
I think so. He's wrong. That's my update there.
Cool.
My next update for you is on... I was listening to a lot of radio podcasts, I guess, radio news this week. And do you know about Amazon and how they're being charged by...
They're being sued for having a monopoly.
For like unfair business practices, all of that. And we're not a news podcast, so I won't get into that. But this journalist was talking about how she did an experiment on herself with her husband, and she has 2 young kids, and she's like, we actually canceled Prime. What? Not Amazon, but she canceled Prime membership for a year and wanted to see if she could live without it because we have turned into like such a crazy buy culture, and it's so easy to just click, right?
Yes.
And I was thinking, could I live without it?
No.
Could you live without it?
I think we could, but why would we subject ourselves to that? There's a lot of stuff that like I feel like I wouldn't know where to go to buy it these days.
Sure, but you can still get it off Amazon. You just don't need Prime. You don't need the super fast shipping.
I don't care about the super fast shipping. I don't want to pay for shipping because Prime gives you free shipping.
That's true, but you only have to hit around $35, the minimum, to get free shipping.
Okay, I did not realize that.
So, do you think, I mean, granted, I buy like onesie, twosie things all the time, so...
I try not to. I try to aggregate my purchases so I have multiple things. But I am guilty of buying like a one-off thing when I'm like, I really need this.
She was saying that it's almost like instant gratification now because you get it so quickly. You can get it within like tonight.
Yeah, a day usually.
And she's like, I think I've saved a good amount of money too because she's like, we went on a camping trip. I was going to buy these reusable water balloons for my kids, had it in my cart, and then decided not to purchase because it wouldn't come in time and because she didn't have Prime anymore. And she's like, and you know what? Camping was fine. Like, we survived without it. And I saved $10.99.
Yeah, we do get trigger happy with Amazon because it's so easy.
That dopamine hit.
So are you going to do it?
No, that didn't even cross my mind. But I don't like the culture of Amazon either. And so later that night, I listened to that story in the morning, and then later that night on TikTok, this guy pops up. He's like really burly, and then like not shaven, and his like face is like zoomed in. And he was like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you do not need to buy. You do not need to add a cart. You do not need to like have that thing tomorrow. And it went on and on and on. And the comments were so funny. It was like, can you show up on my For You page every day so I remember that I don't need this?
That is a good reminder. I think we forget because it's so easy.
And I have stuff delivered to there's a period of time where I had stuff delivered to my house every single day. And I forget like what I ordered sometimes.
But isn't it kind of fun? Because you're like, ooh, what's in that box? I don't remember. It's kind of like a nice surprise.
And it's always disappointing when it's like a bib.
Yeah. I recently ordered Vicks, the wall plug-in. There's like a wall plug-in and Vicks, and it has like vapors. Because whenever my kids are sick, I like to use that.
So it's not scented. It's like
it has like
minty
menthol, and stuff in it. And it's not for kids, I think, under 2. But I feel like Cassie is right on the border, so I've been using it for her. But that's my latest one that I remember was not that exciting to get.
And how did you know about it?
Well, I already ordered it before.
Oh, okay.
But we ran out. Okay. There's been a lot of sicknesses.
And they were saying how in their studies, because Prime Day is coming up.
Oh, yes.
October 10th and 11th.
Why are there so many Prime Days now, too? Wasn't there one in July?
There was. And there's probably going to be another one around Thanksgiving, right?
Black Friday.
Okay, so this woman was saying that she has stuff in her cart for 6 months at a time, and she'll check every week or so, like, how the price fluctuates up or down. And she notices right before Prime Day, like, it'll go up. And then
so they can show a discount.
Artificially shows a discount.
I've
and
heard
I was
that.
like, that is smart. But she says it'll go up by quite a bit.
That's so deceiving.
It's so deceiving.
It's preying on people like me who like are like, ooh, 25% off.
What a deal.
And I don't even know
Purchase
like
now.
what it's supposed to cost, right?
That's true.
That's the only other thing with Amazon. You just look at the price and you assume it's like a good price, but sometimes it's not.
It usually is, though.
Yeah.
It usually is. So I don't know what the point of that is. Like, I'm
Let's
gonna
be more
actively-
mindful.
Yeah. The
I like
environment
it.
needs us.
Yeah, I'm trying to save money anyway.
Yeah. And maybe don't do like 2-day shipping if you don't need it.
Okay. Deal.
Okay. Sorry, that was like very...
Speaking of like things that we don't need, I was going to talk to you about things we never knew we needed until we had kids.
Oh, the parenthood
Yeah,
section.
the
of our
parenthood
podcast.
section. Little transition here. It doesn't have to be very long, but one thing that we love in this household is food scissors.
Yes.
And I feel like such a weirdo because I'll go to people's houses and be like, sorry, do you have food scissors? Because we forgot ours.
Wait, people with kids or people without
People with kids.
Okay.
But some don't. Some just
Really?
live with knives, I guess.
What?
Like normal people.
But they exist for a reason. No, they're so good. I feel like everyone should have them even... I mean, I know about food scissors because my grandpa used them for a long time. And I feel like it's more common in Asia.
Asia. Yeah, like I feel like Korean restaurants have them to cut the meat.
They're so smart.
But the kids' food scissors are just so handy. They're smaller, easy to transport.
Yeah, cleaner. Like, how do you cut noodles with a fork and a knife?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? What do I need?
The other thing I had was like white noise. I never used that, but now I rely on it because nobody wants a kid to wake up in the middle of the night. And sometimes Cassie, my younger daughter, she's been going through this, maybe a sleep regression. So she'll like randomly sit up in the middle of the night and start like crying or like yelling like mama mama, and I just go on my phone, I turn up her white noise, I turn her light up a little bit so hopefully she can find her binky. And then I just like hold my breath, and most of the time it works.
Do you have the hatch?
Yeah, the hatch. So
Control everything from your phone.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's true. I actually started using white noise for myself too.
I don't like it personally.
I really like it. I think because I'm such a light sleeper.
You are.
I can zone out because Steven, my husband, wakes up a lot earlier than I do sometimes. Not all the time. He likes to think it's all the time, but I'm usually like woken up from other things because I live in SF. There's just a lot of noise around our house. But I like it. But this morning, it was just me and Tyler at home. And I thought I heard mama, mama, mama. And once I turned off my white noise machine, I didn't hear it anymore.
Yes, the white noise to me always makes me hear things.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like it. I can't sleep.
Okay, I'm glad it's not just a me
I don't know. It's
thing.
like with weird frequencies sometimes make you hear like phantom sounds.
Or is it mental? Because I was thinking and worried that he was going to say
Maybe.
mama, mama.
We'll never know.
I'm sure we could Google it.
Then we would be an educational podcast.
Which we are not. Let me tell you about life insurance and financial advisor meetings. I'm in the market for a financial advisor. I'm looking for one that doesn't manage our entire portfolio on an ongoing basis, someone just to do like a one-time, like a wealth assessment, like the house, see if you're tracking towards your retirement goals, and they help assess based on like what you want out of your life. Like, do you want to pay for your kids' college education or not? Do you think they're going to go to private or public, et cetera, et cetera? Like, do you want to buy a home in the near future? And it reminded me of career coaching, because when I was talking to a lot of these financial advisors, they're all just discovery calls right now. But the way they talk to me, it's like you're almost a little bit vulnerable because you're like, there's some insecurities with money too, right? Like if I'm not feeling fully confident that I can manage or understand all the complexities and intricacies of my own money and a lot of different accounts, especially including Steven's accounts as well. And so they ask you questions. It feels like financial therapy session.
Really?
And because they ask you about like, what is your relationship with money like? They ask you like, how did you grow up with money? Like, see if there's like any generational, how they instill money in you, or like relationship with money,
kind of.
and then where you see yourself in 3 to 5 years. And these are all questions I all kind of like froze in. And I asked Steven, my husband, these questions too, and he's like, Huh, that's a very good question. Because when you think about like, oh, what do you want in 3 to 5 years? I was like, I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to go to Costco and be like, I can't buy this $20 salmon.
Salmon at Costco is more than that.
It's very expensive. But I think they were looking for more. And it reminded me of career coaching, because career coaching, they also ask you these types of questions. And I was just like, oh, well, we just like one big therapy session all up in here.
So you felt good coming out of it?
I felt like every single one of them, I don't know if it's like a script that they use, they say that money is very emotional.
I see that.
Yeah, and I definitely see that too. And you definitely bias towards what you know, especially from like a stock perspective. And so we're very tech heavy, obviously.
Yeah.
And we should probably diversify more. Like they all said that. Oh, and one thing that this woman harped on, like she was just gathering information. I was telling her some like very broad numbers and she's like putting her into a little calculator. And when I told her I didn't really know where we were with life insurance because I recently left my job.
Oh, you used to get it through your job?
I used to get it through my job and Steven gets it. I'm pretty sure some form of it, but he's at a startup. So there should be something there, but it's probably not enough to cover our expenses.
Yeah.
And she really harped on the fact that you need life insurance. She's like, what if like the other person doesn't come home one day? And I told her, I was like, I think we're lucky enough to have other options. And she's like, but in reality, like what life insurance does is it buys you a lot of time as you're making those decisions. She's like, you're not going to go sell your investment property or like you're not going to go sell all your stocks right away. Like you're going to be managing a lot of things, including your own feelings. And I was like, okay. Like you just never expect that kind of stuff to happen.
Right.
And so unfortunate. I talked to one of my friends and her brother-in-law just really unexpectedly passed away. And so this stuff does happen, you know?
Does.
Like you need to trust
live in fear.
Don't live in fear.
Crippling anxiety.
But it was just such a timely reminder of like how important and how like unsavory and like you don't want to think about it or talk about it
when that happens.
Yeah, and my grandparents they were almost all alive. Like one of them passed away at 100 like 2 years ago. But so I naturally assumed that I'm going to live a really long life too, but that's just not the case.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah.
I have life insurance. I just bought a plan, I think, when Cassie was born.
That's smart. Is it through your home insurance or
no,
anything?
It's just
separate?
through, I don't remember, Allstate or State Farm or something.
And you pay like an annual fee?
Yes, yeah. And Victor, I think, has had one maybe before he met me, so I don't know who that was for.
Not... Wait, it's not through his job?
He has probably like supplemental.
Secondary?
Yeah, but he's always had his own plan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. See.
It's because he's from another generation.
Yeah. Tell us, how old is Victor?
You know what's so funny? He was like, he listened to episode 2, so thank you, Victor. But he was like, I am Gen X. Like, you forgot my generation.
Apologies and corrections, Emily.
Yes, apologies
So
again.
how much older is Victor than you?
He's 7 years older than I am.
Which isn't that much older.
At this point, it isn't.
Yeah.
When you're younger, it's creepy.
I didn't know. Yes. But that would, span a whole nother generation.
He definitely doesn't make the millennial cut, the Gen Y.
I thought you were going to call him a boomer. I'm glad you did. Okay. Moving on. Idea for screen time limit.
Oh, yes. So I randomly had this idea, and I actually got feedback from one of our listeners that they liked my airplane idea, like bringing stuff. So I'm just going to share these random ideas as they come to my head. The other day, so in our household, we don't have a lot of screen time limits. We're very liberal with the kids, especially because a lot of times I'm solo parenting and I need the screens for my sanity.
Yeah.
So
co-parent with the screen.
Yes, yeah. So I let the kids watch it so I can get some stuff done. During meals, if it's needed, I bust them out. But the other day, Charlie was watching it and all of a sudden her screen went black. And I was like, oh, I guess it needs to be charged. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be a really clever way to kind of give them freedom, but also set a limit where they can only charge their device once a week? So you say, you can watch it whenever you want, but once the battery dies, that's it for this week. And so that sets like a limit for them. and they can choose how they allocate it. And of course, that wouldn't work for someone as young as Cassie.
Right.
But for someone, Charlie's only 4, but she can understand that. And I was just thinking it's like a creative way to like parent, but with giving them some
flexibility and freedom, and some choice. That's a good idea. I was just thinking about how at some point she's gonna realize her iPad's dying because you know how battery lives get shorter and shorter. She'll be like, "This is so unfair, Mom.
1 hour.
I'm gonna need a new iPad, Mom."
But it's almost also an analogy for like teaching them to manage money, right? Like you have this set amount, you decide how you spend it, but then you'll have no more and I'm not going to give you any more.
That actually reminds me of what I was going to say for financial advising too. I was like, it feels wrong that it's not more commonplace knowledge for a lot of people when it comes to like financial.
It's not taught.
Yeah,
right?
it's not taught in school when it should be. It's like the basics. Don't spend more than you earn. And like, what does a loan really mean? What does interest rate mean? I feel like that is really missing from. Is it taught in other countries?
I have no idea. But I did actually take a personal financial planning class in college. It was offered. It was like half a unit or whatever. And it was like my senior year. But I think it should be required, right? Required throughout. There are a lot of
You can start
subjects.
in high school even.
Yes, I think so. High school, college, just a very basic, simple. It doesn't even have to be a full course, but just giving people the foundation to understand what to do.
But yeah, are you starting to teach your kids about money?
I think they're a little young, but I try to explain, like, they know that Victor works hard because we need money. And then, like, the other day I told Charlie, like, well, I have to be careful driving. I don't want to get in an accident. Then we won't have a car. And she's like, well, we could just buy a new one. And I was like, a car is really expensive. It costs a lot of money. And she's like, we can use the money in my piggy bank.
Aww.
So at least she's willing to share, but she definitely doesn't have an understanding of what things cost or, you know.
Yeah, I think it's really hard too because it's not as tangible as it was before. Now it's just credit card on our phone.
Totally, yeah.
Like they have all these cash register toys. Yeah. But, like who's using cash registers in real life?
She just pretends to scan cards now.
Not even using her iPhone, her big iPhone?
No, I actually don't use Apple Pay that much. So, yeah, I'm still a card girl.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Is it like a security thing or a habit?
Habit, I think.
So you like digging in your wallet?
I don't like it. You're right.
Card?
Maybe I should just do Apple Pay.
What are you... I am shocked. As someone that comes from payments, I am shocked that you would choose to...
You're right.
I
don't know why.
Look of disbelief. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's looking at me like she's never looked at me before. I've
You're
really
just
let
not
her
the
down.
person that I knew. Even during COVID, you're like busting out your card.
Yes. Yeah.
When you go through a drive-through, you're busting out your card.
Yes.
Why?
You're making me
do you
rethink
like to
my life.
Do you insert with a chip? Or do you
tap
to pay?
I tap, but I do have my Chase card is like not functioning, so I can't tap. I have to insert.
So you like waiting for that pause and then waiting for that.
I guess it's just habit. Like I've never picked up the Apple Pay thing.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Maybe it's because I was living in LA for a while. I'm not as ingrained in the whole tech bubble.
But it's COVID.
You just didn't want to touch stuff?
It was just easier. I felt like it wasn't always available. And I felt like during COVID, it was available everywhere. And so you could just leave the house without your wallet.
That's true. I never do that.
I guess because you're driving, too. I think that makes a difference as well versus when you're walking.
Everywhere.
Okay.
I'm going to start trying to use Apple Pay.
We'll chat after
I only
this.
have one credit card on there, too. I feel like I need to put multiple.
Do you put other... You know, you can put other, like, concert tickets and, like,
I put my airplane
museum
tickets. That's the one thing I use the Apple Wallet for. Whenever I'm going to the airport, I, add those to my Apple Wallet.
Yeah. And I bet the zoo, because you have membership to the SF Zoo, I bet they have a quick thing that you can scan, too.
You are opening my eyes to a new world.
It's just so much easier
to retire my wallet. How about, can I put my health insurance cards?
You can. You can. Well, it depends. I don't know who you have, but I did before.
Okay. So for all people like me and older, this has been very educational.
So it's for Victor and my mom.
My parents, if they ever tune in.
Okay. What time are we at? 24. Okay.
Oh, we have time.
Our favorite spa. So we did a spa day at the Rosewood
in May or something?
Yeah, it's funny that we're bringing up Rosewood twice this episode. But it was such a wonderful spa experience. I think we can both
amazing.
agree it is the best. It's pricey for sure, but it's a treat that is...
I think it is the best I've ever been to.
I think so.
I'm trying to think of, like in Asia, sometimes it's like really cheap and like a good massage, but it's not the same elevated experience.
Yeah, it's very luxurious, clean, and I felt like it wasn't fake, nice. It was truly authentic.
At the core, nice.
Is it kind of new too, or no?
I don't know. I wouldn't have known about it except Victor gifted me, maybe for my birthday or something, he gifted me a spa treatment. And this was when I was like full-time stay-at-home mom. Cassie wasn't in daycare yet, so it was like very much appreciated.
Right.
I felt like I had gone to heaven.
Yeah.
It was like, this is so peaceful and clean.
It transforms you to a different world, right?
Yeah.
And so the spa is behind the hotel. I guess there's a fitness section and a pool attached to it.
Oh, we didn't go there.
We didn't go there. The spa itself was like, it's pretty small, but it's very nice. And I felt like usually when you pay that much, the services are not as great.
Right,
like the massage
right.
is disappointing or the facial is disappointing. But both our friends, like the two other girlfriends that we went with, all had the best service.
Yeah.
So I was looking because we were talking about doing another spa day. Because you and I have flexible schedules.
We gotta take advantage.
Did you know that they offer monthly spa memberships?
No.
So it includes locker, like the amenities, like the hot tub, the steam room, and the pool and the fitness room.
Oh.
Guess how much it costs?
How much is
for
it?
a monthly
1,000.
membership? Yeah.
What?
It was over 1,000.
Wait, that's not even worth it. Oh, how many? Is it unlimited massages?
No, I think you get one maybe basic level massage or facial.
Then I would just go once a month, like without the membership.
I guess if you want to use it as a
Go and use the
steam
facilities.
room, and maybe if you want to go use the pool or the fitness room.
That's true. I guess like if you don't need a treatment and you just want to go feel that peaceful
But the treatment
environment
is like what puts it, it's like the cherry on top.
Yeah, it is.
I just thought that was really egregious, but I guess.
You can get like 3 massages for that price.
Because a really luxurious gym membership is around a couple hundred. I guess it's weeding out people like us. They don't want people like us.
It's weeding out people who say, "What? That's so expensive."
Yeah, I think they were trying to promote a deal for a couple. But for a couple, it's $1,900.
So you get $100 savings.
Which I'm like, if you're that rich, you probably don't even care.
Yeah, you just buy it individually.
Yeah. So we'll just go.
crazy.
We gotta plan our spa date.
Yes, let's do it. And any of our friends who are listening, you're welcome to join us.
Or new listeners. We love to meet you there.
Yeah, that would be so creepy.
I know. We're in our bathing suits, totally naked. Is there anything else you want to tell me, Emily?
I was going to tell you, but I don't know any of the details. And some feedback that we got from previous episodes was like, when we talk about something, maybe I shouldn't not know anything else about it. But did you hear how there's like a bed bug infestation in Paris?
No.
Ooh, I'm telling you something new. I saw it on Instagram.
Oh, during Fashion Week, right?
So a Fashion Week, I think, is going on or just ended. I'm seeing content on Fashion Week, so I don't know if it's like delayed posting or if it's real time. But yeah, there's like bed bugs in like movie theaters. And I know you had like a really bad bed bug experience.
Very bad. Also in Europe.
Yes, in Europe. So I just thought of you when I saw that.
Gross. Wait, it is such a terrible experience, and I feel like people that haven't gone through it don't know. And I later found out that I was allergic to those bug bites too, which is why mine were like so much larger.
Didn't you have to go to the hospital or something?
I went to the hospital, and I'm so grateful that I went because the local places that we went to, the local clinics that we went to, didn't know what it was. And then right when they saw me, they're like, bed bugs. So it gave me a lot of confidence that they knew what they were talking about. They gave me the right creams and everything.
Oh, good.
But it was very disturbing. And it was back in the day when there was no laptops or phones or anything.
Yeah.
So I was on like the little hotel. I think we were in hostels too.
Oh my gosh, that's why you got bed bugs.
It was the nicest one where I got bed bugs, I think. I don't even remember. They were all not that nice. But I thought it was like more nice than the other ones. But when you're sleeping with like a bunch of people.
Yeah. I'm just confused. I mean, where do they come from that someone's bringing it into the movie theater, you know?
Yeah, it must be on their clothing.
I guess with Paris Fashion Week, if that is the source, like so many people are flying in from different countries and bringing whatever they're bringing.
But I don't understand why is it always in Europe where you hear about bed bugs or New York? Is it because cities?
Maybe just like dense population?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because it's very dense population in a lot of places.
And I've heard once you have bed bugs, it's like so hard to make sure you get rid of all of them.
I would just move. I would just move. Oh, that gives me anxiety.
Do you have to like throw away your mattress? Or is there some sort of like treatment?
There's a treatment. It's very expensive. I remember looking this up in New York when I was getting random bug bites. But you look for little black droplets on your mattress or on your bed sheets. It's a lot easier in hotels because usually hotel bed sheets are white.
Yeah.
You look behind on like the bed frame to see if there's like little holes,
Oh my gosh.
Ugh,
New fear unlocked. Another thing to add to my anxiety list.
It is such a terrible experience though. Hopefully it never happens to us.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
That reminds me of lice.
Oh gosh, yes.
Like, is that going to happen to us soon with our kids entering?
It's very likely, yeah. And I have a dog too, so.
Do dogs get lice as well?
I don't know. But I just feel like she has a lot of hair, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good home for whatever.
Oh,
but she takes like a monthly thing that keeps like ticks and fleas away.
Okay. So she's probably like the cleanest out of all of us.
Probably.
Thanks, Waffle.
Now we're over time.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Bye.